All right, man. Are you in the third? Okay, this is how I'm gonna say it. Are you in a 3D or are you in a 5D consciousness? Okay, this is what today's video is about, man. Okay, got 3D. Let's do 3D. Polarity plus duality, separation. See, that right there goes to show you that you're in the third dimension, man. There is no separation. There is no separation. We are all one. When I say that we are all one, I mean consciousness. We are all just consciousness, experiencing consciousness through a different perspective. Tall, fat, ugly. No one's ugly. I'm not gonna say that because no one's ugly. Everybody look good in their own unique way. So, but you know, we just all experiencing consciousness through a different perspective, right? That's all it is, man. So there is no separation at the end of the day. At the end of the day, we are all consciousness, and that's it. Identification, nationality, race, gender. See, race, gender, nationality, all that is just, it's all an illusion, man. When you really think about it, it's all an illusion right there, man. It's just consciousness. That's like I'm saying, it's just consciousness. Suffering, lack, never enough. Dang, you not even grateful for even having eyes? Come on, man. You can't be thinking like that, man. You're not even grateful that you're able to breathe, man. Come on, man. Linear time dwells on the past. Yeah, that's not good, man. You should not be dwelling on the past. You should be in the present moment at all times, man. I know at times we can get caught up in the past, you know, but that's the past, man. You got to be in the present, man. Don't bring something from the past to the now, man. It doesn't even matter anymore. It's already happened. Leave that where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Forgets the present and worries about the future. See, you shouldn't even be worried about the future. The future ain't even got here yet. Dang, so that is a third dimensional mind right there. And fear. What are you fearing, man? There's nothing to fear, man. Everything that you ever wanted, you already have it, man. You don't have to fear anything at all. It's nothing to fear at all, man. Okay, so that was a three-dimensional mind right there. So we're gonna do the 5D, five-dimensional mind. So let's see, man. Are you in the fifth dimension of consciousness right here? Let's see. Non-duality, oneness. We are all one. Unification, equality, soul, light, evolution, abundance, contentment, expanded concept of time and space, lives in the present as it is. What do you mean by that? Expanded concept of time and space lives in the present as it is. I'm gonna have to, I don't know what they really mean by that, but that's something good. Unconditional love. Yeah, everybody deserves that, man. No matter who you are, everyone deserves unconditional love, you know, and respect, all that, man. Everyone deserves that. I just don't get this part where it has expanded concept of time and space lives in the present as it is. What do that mean? I don't know what that means, bruh. I'm trying to comprehend that. Expanded concept of time and space lives in the present as it is. Somebody in the comments let me know what that really means before we get in and hop in here and watch these TikToks. Somebody let me know, man. But this is what we about to do. We finna check out some TikToks on third dimensions consciousness and 5D consciousness, man. If you want to stick around and watch that with me, like the video, subscribe, and let's get into this thing. Let's check it out.
Peace. I'm going to be explaining a few signs that you have shifted into 5D consciousness. One of the signs that you have shifted into 5D consciousness is that you have a low tolerance for food. You may notice that you're not eating as much as you normally would. So like eating things that will lower your energy, you have a low tolerance for it. So like going out to McDonald's or eating fast food in general, you know, you may notice yourself drinking more water and eating more fruits and vegetables. You probably don't have an interest in meat or any processed food. Another sign that you have shifted into 5D consciousness is that you're more in tune with nature. So like the animals is more attracted to you. The next sign is that you have no tolerance for drama. You're not trying to be around any low vibrational energy. You're not trying to be around anybody that has negative thoughts and try to pass their thoughts on to you. Anything that you think becomes your reality. So if you think highly of yourself, you think positively about yourself, your reality is most likely going to be positive. And if you think negatively about yourself, your reality is most likely going to become those negative thoughts, those low negative energies. Let's raise our vibrations and like and follow for more. Peace. I'm going to be explaining.
All right, everybody's talking about 5D, but nobody seems to know what 5D is. So here it is. 3D is height, length, width. It's our three-dimensional world. 4D is us experiencing the 3D realm through time, where we see past, present, and future, and we see others from our perspective. 5D is the dream realm. It's the spirit realm. It's where the spirit guides hang out. So according to Dolores Cannon, our soul is reincarnated onto Earth, where we have our human experience, and then we return to Source and do a life review of our past, present, and future. But instead of us just being able to see everyone from our perspective, we're able to see everything from other people's perspective. We get to see us through our friends' eyes. We get to see us through our mother's eyes, and then we get to see them through our eyes. It's a 5-dimensional plane. All right, everybody's talking about 5D, but nobody seems to know what.
That's interesting, right? Like imagine you can really like see, because you have your own perspective of yourself, but just because you have your own perspective of yourself doesn't mean everyone has the same perspective of you, you know. Some people probably might view you differently than you view yourself, you know. Like, what if we can really tap into that part to where we can see how others perceive us rather than how we perceive ourselves? Right? Interesting.
This is how to think like an extraterrestrial. And you'll notice when doing this, contact with extraterrestrials or interdimensionals is way easier than you thought. Number 1, telepathy. We share mental and energetic energy all the time. You know those times when you think about your friend and then they text you, or you guys think about something and then they say it, or you guys think about each other and then you text each other at the same time? Telepathy. I remember when we were little, we used to play these little games where we used to pretend to send images to each other, and a lot of times we would get it right, but it was just a little fun game we like to play. I think you guys did this too when you were little, but now it's becoming a thing that you could actually do and master. Number 2, you see everyone as another version of you, having a different experience with different traits and different life journeys. You realize they're a soul just like you, just a different path doing different things. And no matter what type of life form it is, you're aware it has a life just like you. You'll notice you become almost one with everything. Number 3, traveling at night. Whether it's an astral projection or a dream, you are traveling with your astral body and you are either getting messages or you are going places. This is real traveling you're doing. This can be used for many different things. You can do whatever you want with this, but this will become a reality for you. Number 4, keep your mind open always and ask what you are not seeing. When you're aware that you don't know everything, then you are open to actually receiving information and getting that information. A lot of the time, it's just slowing down and being in a peaceful state and then getting answers like that. Perception is a huge thing. Just because you can't see the solution does not mean there isn't a solution. And you'll notice when you change your perception, your whole life or your whole mentality changes. Number 5, you see Earth like a school and a video game. You're aware that this is just one soul experience out of your many, and when you start getting on track to 5D, which a lot of you already are, you get past life memories and you see your life before you came to Earth. You'll start to have a lot of fun because you realize this is just one out of many, and you can't get this experience anywhere else in the universe. We're on track to the new Earth. Keep shedding the old skin. Let all the truths come out like they are right now. And don't worry, we'll get there.
Indeed.
This is how to think.
Indeed, man. Let's get everybody on that 5-dimensional consciousness, man. That's deep, though. See, we get deep there, man. It's hard. It's really hard to probably even get to that 5D. Like, you really gotta put in the work. It's a lot of work you gotta do to get in there, man. Because a lot of people are still operating out of the 3rd dimension. Right? You know, people are attached to things, addictions. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. But hey, man, do everything you can to get to that point, man. You don't have to be able to get to it overnight, because nothing's overnight. So take your time, be patient.
How do we know if we've jumped timelines? This is a great question. So we have a 3D and a 5D timelines. They're kind of parallel to each other, okay? And we can get into a 5D timeline, and the more and more that we spend time on that 5D timeline, there's some basic things you're going to start to notice in your life that are going to be different. So let me give you some examples for me and Melissa. For example, when you start to deal with your taxes and start to deal with property taxes, income taxes, things like this, it'll make you nauseous dealing with this stuff, because it is so out of frequency, right? You know how criminal this stuff is. So this is a big sign when you really just in your gut, you just don't want to contribute to these types of things anymore. That's a big sign you're running on a 5D timeline. Other things can be like foods, okay? You can't tolerate, you need food that has energy in it. You make your own food. There's love put into your food. You can't eat fast foods anymore, okay? You can't eat food like that doesn't have that energetic energy in it anymore. You'll just be turned off by these types of foods. Other things that you can find if you've jumped onto that 5D timeline are going to be things like your TV shows that you used to watch, right? These you might have watched seasons of this stuff and loved it, and all of a sudden you just have no interest in that show anymore. It's just like, especially if there's violence in it and things like that, okay? You can just be completely turned off, that kind of stuff. Music is a big one, right? You'll be turned off a lot of this hip hop or this mainstream music, right? There's really dark undertones to a lot of music, and you will start to really pick up on that frequency, right? And you will want to resonate much more to higher vibing music. Melissa and I, a lot of the old music that I grew up to, that I loved, it's all left now, and everything now is very heart-centered, spiritual, beautiful, just uplifts you, right? Gets you on that frequency. That's the type of music I love listening to. And then your other friends and things like that you used to get along with, you used to have these great conversations with, the conversations now will be just, you will not resonate with the frequency of that conversation. You will find being in their presence just off, right? That you won't, everything's a frequency, right? So when you're not in the same frequency match, it can be repelling to us. So that is another sign. You can be going on vacation, the same vacation spot that you've gone for years, you go there now and you're just like, something's different, right? And that could be another sign that you're on that 5D timeline and you're not resonating with that frequency. It could be like Amsterdam, or it could be one of these bigger cities that you used to love to go, and now the energy of those cities, you just aren't on that frequency. You're craving more solitude. You're craving nature. You're craving this type of beautiful nature, getting outside, being in that, immersing yourself, and not crowded areas, crowded places, cities, these types of big venues. Like going to a concert, a big venue concert could just seem like, oh my God, like there's no way I could do that anymore. The energy and frequency of all that is just so overstimulating, and just it's very much still on that 3D timeline, and it's hard, very hard to do. And lastly, you don't want any drama in your life, right? Anything that's drama, you have no interest in it anymore, right? You want peace in your life, and that is really, really a cornerstone now of your life. So those are some top signs that you're jumped into your 5D timeline. Let me know in the comments if this resonates and what else you feel in your 5D timeline resonates with you. I want to know. Have a great day. Much love.
It definitely resonated with me, man. He said a lot of good points, man. The music, food, it's a lot, man, that he mentioned, man. So yes, just like the old way that you used to live, it's like it exposed itself. It's like, I don't like this no more, you know, like especially like the music, like, man, that's a big one right there. The music, especially the music they got nowadays. Oh man, Sexy Red and all, oh man, yeah, 100%. The food, yes, certain foods is like, no, I don't want to eat that, man. I don't want my fruits, man. Watermelons, pineapples, mangoes, oranges, you know, like, I don't think you got time for all the other food, you know. But yeah, man, that's what's a 5D is where it's at, man. 5D is where it's at, man. That's when life get peaceful, man, for real. So we all should be working towards that if we're not there. But I think everybody's gonna start feeling like this eventually. They're gonna get fed up, you know. Everybody's gonna want to start healing their body and stuff like that, and just healing in general.
Frequencies.
Because when you enter that 5D, dude, working a job, what is that? What is that? You know what I'm saying? That's like out of your league. Like, no, nobody's doing that. We too high. We're too vibrant, too high. We creating our own thing, you know? So yeah, understandable.
It's a necessary part of the process. As the 3D elements of your life disintegrate, they make space for the 5D realities to take form. It's not easy to let go. It's human to feel attached to the familiar. However, the pain of saying goodbye pales in comparison to the joy of meeting your transformed self. When you reach the other side of this transformative journey, you'll realize your new life is the one you've been dreaming of all along. In essence, your life isn't falling apart. It's realigning with a grand design, a higher purpose. It's making way for the truer, braver, and more enlightened version of you. Hold on to the vision, but let go of the circumstantial bonds. My dear friends, if you are experiencing all the signs we have discussed, you are already living in a 5th dimensional world.
So let me know, man. Let me know. Are you guys in the 3D dimension consciousness, or are you in the 5D consciousness? I don't know, man. Not everyone is there. It's okay, because we all have the opportunity to get to that level. And this is just the 5th. I'm pretty sure there's more, right? Gotta be more.
The 5th dimension is a state of consciousness that has been locked away in the human mind for thousands of years. It's time to let go of old ways of thinking and be fully in your power. We are living in a time where we can choose to expand our consciousness by following the path of God, opening our hearts to love and dissolving the old earth. The old paradigm of separation and duality is being dissolved, and the energy of love is ascending. The 5th dimension is not a physical dimension, but a higher frequency of energy that exists within all things. It exists on every level of vibration and awareness, from the smallest subatomic particle to the largest galaxy. It is also called God Source Consciousness because it is connected to everything at once and contains all knowledge, wisdom, and love. The old Earth was based on a negative polarity that kept us from being fully connected to our true nature as infinite beings living in this beautiful universe with others like ourselves. It was based on fear, doubt, and separation from God's source consciousness. The old dimension of 3D space-time has been dissolving for some time now, and we are finally ready to make the final step into the new frequency of the 5th dimension. This new
you know how to be saying God is separate from you and like you should pray. Bro, you are God. We're literally all gods. Just being able to have consciousness shows that we are all God. Like literally, that's literally all. God is literally just consciousness. Because what are you without consciousness? You're literally nothing, right? Even when your body, like your soul, is literally your consciousness. You know what I mean? That's why you're able to react to things a certain way, you know? Stuff like that, man. Consciousness is God. So God, aka consciousness. Okay? That's all it really is, man. We're all experiencing God through different perspectives. That's really all that's going on.
new dimension is the most expansive and powerful dimension that can be experienced by humans. It is a non-physical realm, but it has all the qualities of a physical realm: gravity, light, and sound. It also has all of the qualities of the spiritual realm: love, joy, peace, etc. We are now living in a reality that is made up of two aspects, negative and positive. These two aspects exist simultaneously within us and around us, as they do in nature, which means they can also exist within our hearts. When we open our hearts to these two aspects, they become part of our inner being, and we begin to see them everywhere in nature, even within us. The third dimension is time and space. It is the dimension that we live in, and it is the place where our physical bodies are located. The fifth dimension is space-time. It is the place where our consciousness travels, the place where we store memories, and the place where we experience thoughts and feelings. In this new dimension, there are no negative thoughts or emotions to hold you back from achieving your goals. You can expand your consciousness to include the God Source Consciousness energy within yourself so that you can operate at a higher frequency level of vibration. You can also release any negative thoughts or emotions that have been stored in your DNA, which is present in all living organisms. This allows for a more positive approach to life and allows for more creative solutions to problems instead of simply reacting in a habitual way, which may lead to more conflictual situations. We will enter into the paradise of 5D, the heaven on earth. When humans evolve into a higher spiritual state of being by raising their vibrational frequencies until they align with the fifth dimensional frequency range, which includes all of the other 4 dimensions. The big picture, the whole truth, is that you are already here. You are already connected to the heart of God, and your consciousness is expanding. As you shift from 3D to 5D, as you open your heart and connect with the love of God, as you dissolve your old earth and expand your consciousness in all dimensions, things will change for you. You will feel a sense of lightness and freedom that is beyond anything you have ever known before. You will feel lighter than water and lighter than air. You will feel like you are floating on air instead of walking on earth. Your spirit will soar into a higher dimension where there is no longer any separation between what is up and down, left and right, black and white, male and female, good and bad, love and hate, or life and death. There are no limitations on this new dimension. It's infinite. The next step in your evolution is to dissolve your old 3D reality. And the way to do that is to surrender and let go of everything negative and unsupportive, including yourself. The more you shift, the better you feel. The clearer your mind, the more loving you'll become. You are a beautiful soul, and this is just the beginning. Keep opening your heart and experiencing all that love has to offer. You are a unique expression of the Creator's love. Your level of consciousness is growing, your heart is expanding, and you're evolving into a more loving you. Get ready for your transition to 5D. Being in love with God, dissolving the old earth, and expanding consciousness are all part of this new way of being. In this 5D dimension, you are a star who has just switched on your heart. We love you dearly. The fifth dimension is a state of consciousness.
Next year is the year of the 8th, 2024. Now, what happens is people think that the year starts on January the 1st. Officially, in that way, it does. But metaphysically, the influence of the year begins to be felt as early as the last days of September, which starts next week, going into the month of October. I always call October the preview month. It's like you take your lady to a movie, and before you see a movie, you see the trailers. So you say, nah, I don't want to come and see that. Yeah, I want to come and see that. So it gives you a snapshot. And I learned this from women. Women can almost tell you around this time of the year how they think the year coming up is going to be. 8 represents money, power, authority, achievement, recognition, births, pregnancies, moving into a home, moving out of a home. It also represents people who do a lot of growing up. And so since 8 is an opposition number to this nation, and the following year, which is a 9, 2025, is an opposition number to this nation, that means that this part of the world we live in will be likely to be more challenged. Next year is the year of the 8th, 2020.
How to get to 5D consciousness. It's actually a lot more practical than you think, and I'm going to break it down for you. First and foremost, being in 5D consciousness does not mean you're holier than thou or that you're better than everybody else. What is 5D? It means 5th dimensional. So we are 4th dimensional creatures. We perceive in the 3D, but we are 4th dimensional. So if you access 5th dimensional consciousness, all that means is that you have a broader perspective, right? You can see more angles into things, but that doesn't mean other people don't have that potential either. So 5D consciousness people, get off your high horse. But here's how anyone can access 5D consciousness. We have a chakra system, right? And our heart chakra is at our center. Your heart chakra connects your chakras above and your chakras below. So this is literally the focal point or the neutral singularity point of your essence, your being. You need to have a balanced chakra system so it can align at the heart, and that is how you access your 5D consciousnness. There is a reason why the anagram for Earth is heart, and we are living in a green and blue planet, and your heart chakra is green, and the trees are green. There's also a reason why the Egyptian pharaoh, when he passes away into the afterlife, he gets greeted by Anubis, and Anubis weighs his heart on a scale with a feather. There's so many teachings about the heart. The heart is how you ascend spiritually. This is how you will get 5D consciousness. This is how you will broaden your perspective on things. When your chakras are misaligned and you're not connected to your heart, or you're not at neutral point, you essentially just get a more warped perception of reality. Let's say you have a very, very imbalanced sacral or root chakra, which most people do have. It's like one of the most popular, common human traumas. When those chakras are imbalanced, you become very fearful. You're not tapped into your intuition. You are codependent. And that creates obscurity in your perception of things. You will start to attract in things that are constantly going to get you more wounding. This is why it's important to work on your heart chakra. Now, how do you work on your heart chakra? You detach. Remember, your heart has to be as light as a feather. That means your heart cannot be heavy. It cannot be heavy with lust, pride, greed, a faulty sense of self, which is a bad ego. All of these 7 sins or human vices need to be worked on. And I'm not saying that you should live like a Buddhist monk or a holy saint for the rest of your life. Because let's be honest here, we're human, we also have primal needs. But what you don't want to do is overindulge. The difference between animals and human, even though we're animals, is that animals do things in need for the most part. Humans, at this point, we don't do things in need. We do things through lust and desire and want. And that creates an imbalance in our chakras. This is how it creates traumas. Like, think about it this way. If you are overly indulgent, you will literally screw your whole life away through that imbalance and through that addiction. You can also ascend to 5D consciousness through DNA activation. I talk more about DNA activation, this matrix, the importance of our heart chakra in my book, Made in God's Image. You can find that link in my bio. My book talks about things I can't say here on TikTok because I'll get banned. But your DNA activation, in a more summarized way, is you not repeating the same patterns that your ancestors did. So you, epigenetically, sort of, this is not very scientific because we're talking about spiritual stuff, but just bear with me. Epigenetically speaking, you will change the course of the fate of your family line. And the next generation you give birth to are not going to repeat the same patterns that you or your family did. You also can activate DNA through staying away from bad frequencies. And by bad frequencies, I mean too much city life, technology. Get out in nature more. This will help you activate your DNA. Eat healthier. And through these two things, which is balancing your heart chakra, balancing all of your chakras, and DNA activation, you will slowly start to see you get into 5D consciousness. Now, if you want to know what 5D consciousness feels like, I have a video on my page talking about how it feels like to be in 5D consciousness. But yes, you guys, it's obtainable. This is not that strange. Anybody can get there. So stop it with the holier than thou videos that I'm seeing everywhere. How to get to 5D.
Next.
Many of you have Many of you have raised your consciousness to the level of the fifth dimension. The fifth dimension is a metaphysical plane that exists in the consciousness of your mind. And within this state of consciousness, your energy, your emotions, and thoughts are all aligned to a new frequency. Tapping into 5D consciousness tunes you into your energetic vibration on a cosmic level. This allows for you to be able to communicate between the different helixes within your DNA and heal yourself. And this communication within the space of your mind allows for you to in-tune yourself with the energy of the universe. And this is why you've become so sacred with the energy that you've been giving out. Because you've come to the realization of how spiritual hygiene has an effect on your entire being. And the way you access 5D consciousness is in the space of your mind. For your mind creates reality. And 5D consciousness is the internal perception in which your mind communicates with itself. And this is how we travel into higher dimensions. Many of you have raised your...
You guys are pulling threads. You guys are pulling...
The fifth dimension is a state of consciousness that has been locked away in the human mind for thousands of years. It's time to let go of old ways of thinking and be fully in your power. We are living in a time where we can choose to expand our consciousness by following the path of God.
This is how to ascend like Jesus and gain 5D consciousness. Let's talk about it. So if you're in the conscious community, you've probably heard the phrase 5D consciousness before and never understood it. But first, let's talk about the different levels of consciousness and what they are. So let's start with 3D, which is the physical level or awareness. Then there's the astral or spirit or energy awareness, which is 4D. And then there's soul awareness, which is 5D. Really, your soul is a sliver of source split off from the rest of source, having an individual experience. So when people say we are one, this is what they mean, because we are all made from the same thing. When you die, you're left with your astral body, which means you're a ghost, and then a portal opens up and you're greeted through the portal by dead family members, which is the portal to the 5D. This is a place you go to before you incarnate anywhere, and it's basically the place of souls where all souls go. Remember, no matter where you go to, you come back here always. If you have a 5D consciousness like most beings in the galaxy, you are aware of your soul's existence and you live on a soul level. From here, you don't have to incarnate in a physical body anymore because you basically ascended. Or you have a physical body, but you have 5D awareness, so you want to live in the 3D level for another purpose. Yo, Jesus tried his best to show everybody how to attain a 5D consciousness and even attain the light body, which meant he had to leave behind his physical vessel in order to go in a light vessel. But he did that because he attained the 5D level of awareness to have a 5D body. Here you are naturally high vibrational and have awareness of your past lives, which start to flood in as soon as you become 5D, because you are at that level of awareness. For example, little things won't bother you anymore because you're aware that you're just a soul having this physical incarnation for a short period of time, and you're going to take this wisdom with you in your other lives, and you love all the people that you come across, even the animals and plants, because you're aware they're a soul just like you. Your abilities, dog, will be ×2 because your awareness is beyond the physical and astral, making it easier to tap in, and you're not limited by your physical body. To get here really quickly, you must first peel away the layers of reality with your awareness. Become aware of your physical level, your astral level, and then your soul level, which means you realize you're the awareness behind all of those things. People commonly limit their own awareness by deciding what is real and what is not. So you have to first have an open mind, which is the astral level, and then you'll be able to have a 5D understanding. Your limiting beliefs will then limit your awareness. Get to understand yourself on a soul level. Who are you past the physical and astral level? Then you will attain 5D. This is how to ascend light.
Here are 5 signs.
As you move to the 5th dimension, and from there to higher dimensions, you'll work more consciously with your multidimensional self. This will allow you to become a conscious creator of your reality and speak your words into existence with the perfect knowing that it will be done. As you're shifting to the 5th dimension, you experience more soul-based connections with people. You meet more people who are part of your soul's family, and there will be instant mutual recognition. Your relationships will become equal and also more honest, as you'll feel like you don't want to be hiding your true self anymore. The next 5th dimension sign is that you realize that you can't save everyone. You'll learn to respect the decisions of others, even though you may feel like you have the tools to help them. This comes back to respecting the free will, one of the building blocks of this universe. The only help that works is the one where the energy is exchanged equally. If the other person resists your energy, your help, it doesn't serve them, and it only drains you. As we're coming out of 3D, we need to heal, restructure, and then strengthen our energy bodies. This is one of the essential steps while transitioning to the 5th dimension. You'll become more mindful of what energy you allow into your environment. This will result in many changes in your relationships and possibly even in your work. As you move to the 5th dimension and
you should be proud of yourselves and all of the work that you've done to get you to this place right now. You are respected and loved. You have many followers from all the light realms, including the galactics, the angels and archangels, the masters, and all of your spiritual family.
Life as we know it is about to end. You can call it the apocalypse. The apocalypse is such a loaded term, but you could call it that. Earth is cycling spiritually, and right now we are at the end of a 26,000 year spiritual cycle. And I don't care if you're spiritually awakened, I don't care if you think all of this is bullshit and all of this is crazy, you can feel it. You can see all of the chaos around us coming to light. You can see and you can feel a shift happening. Everything is energy, everything is matter, and energy vibrates at a certain frequency. The earth is made of matter, the earth is made of energy that is vibrating at a certain frequency. And right now, the vibrational frequency of the matter of earth is ascending from 3D to 5D, or 3rd density to 5th density. So right now, we are leaving behind all of these lower vibrational states, and we are ascending into this new earth of high vibrations. These two states of consciousness coexist side by side. So right now, earth is almost splitting in consciousness. Some of us are shifting and some of us are not shifting. You can choose where you want to be. You can choose to act out of fear and live out of fear and stay in 3D earth forever, or you can choose to live with love and spread love and live along this frequency of love and ascend and become the new earth. And that's why we've been seeing so much chaos in the world, because all of these low vibrational states, the effects of lack and ignorance and being caught in the matrix, all of these things are coming to light and coming to a head, and things are going to fall apart so that everything can come back together again. This isn't religion, this isn't witchcraft, this isn't woo-woo or whatever you want to call it. This is real, this is energy, and this is happening. And whether you believe me or not, You can feel that something's happening. I know you can. You are shifting. I know that you are shifting, and it is your choice where you want to end up. Life as we know it.
Your consciousness is not limited to your physical body. In fact, the body cannot exist without consciousness, but consciousness can exist without the body. In the ancient world, and even today, certain people had the ability to transfer their consciousness in and out of this physical reality at will. Now, in order to do this, you must be able to completely detach from your ego, which is extremely difficult in the world we live in today. But through meditation, through rituals, and through healing, you can expand your consciousness beyond this third dimension and tap in to source energy directly. This is how you unlock psychic abilities and actually start to shift reality in real time. 99% of people can't reach this level of consciousness because they can't control their mind and focus their energy inwards. They're constantly distracted and bound by their own thoughts. You have to learn how to not think and allow yourself to get into the flow state, which is almost like a hypnotic trance. This is when your brain waves shift from the beta state to the alpha, theta, and delta states. Your consciousness is not limited.
Another video for you on how you know that you're in 5D. And in this video,
you have an awareness of your surroundings.
As you feel for the fifth dimensional energies that are upon you right now, recognize
this is going to
All right, everybody's talking about 5D, but nobody seems to know what 5D is.
In the fifth dimension, you can teleport, you can fly, you can heal things. Your thought creates the reality, but there are limitations. You just can't destroy the whole dimension. There are astral police, by the way. The way you meet a time traveler is in the fifth dimension. Oh, they're real. We know they exist. Every time you can think of a potential future, you're actually creating a parallel universe. Your astral body, your spiritual body, it looks like a ghost. Let's say you're having a problem with someone. Go to the astral plane. You create what's called a sanctuary, like a conference room in the fifth dimension. You now summon the soul of the person you're having problems with. They have to show up. You can now work out your differences. You can do a negotiation with them. They won't, on the earth plane, won't know what's going on because they're asleep now. In the fifth dimension, you can teleport, you can fly.
I heard that like if you're having problems with somebody in the physical, that you can dream about them and you guys can fix that. Like you'll be in a dream and you can like solve problems with them, you know what I'm saying? Talk things out in your dreams with the person that you have problems with in the physical. So everything that happened from the metaphysical or the astral world or astral realm will transfer over to the physical, right? And then they slowly get better with that person, I guess. It's pretty cool though. Hope you guys enjoying this, man. Really do.
Earth itself is changing its vibration and its frequency to move into the new dimension. Now, in order for us to go, our bodies have to change frequency and vibration in order to follow. You can't have it happen all at once. To change the frequency immediately would be too hard on the body and the body would be destroyed. So we're going in stages. We have to adapt as we go. This has been happening since about the year 2003. You feel it in your body with actual physical changes. Some people say they feel it with high blood pressure, heart palpitations, heart problems, especially the speeding up and slowing down like AFib of the heart, depression, dizziness. Sometimes you'll be dizzy for days and you won't understand what's causing it. Joint aches and pains. And this is general depression. These are the way the body is adjusting because everything has to adjust on a cellular level. It'll go on for a few days. You'll be uncomfortable. Then it'll level out. And maybe you'll go a month or two. Then it'll come back again. The same feelings as you adjust. People are going to the doctors, and the doctors say there's nothing wrong with them. Of course, the doctor will put you on a pill anyway, but they can't find anything physically wrong with them.
All right, my good people, I hope you guys learned something today about the 3D dimension and the 5D dimension. I hope you guys have a better understanding if you didn't already. But this is to re-enlighten you on the 5th dimensions and the 3rd dimensions of the mind or consciousness. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to keep seeing videos like this, give me ideas. Whatever y'all want me to react to, I will react to it, check it out, give my thoughts on it and stuff like that. But until next time, I'm sending peace, abundance, prosperity, and good health your way. All right, until next time, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.